Anomaly Investigations are my favorite new feature of Free Title Update 1 for Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. That and the fact that they added my favorite monster in the franchise, Seething Basilgoose, which I'm still not exactly sure if that's the way we're supposed to say his name. In the official videos, they call him Seething Basilgeese. Some people call him Beetlejuice. I genuinely do not know. What matters is, he's here, he's in the game, his fight is amazing, it's a damn shame that his gunland sucks and his armor set sucks too. So, not everything can be perfect as it turns out, but at the end of the day, you can still craft it as layered armor and wear it because it looks friggin' phenomenal. At least in my personal opinion. But anyway, as you guys are no doubt aware, I've been running a metric ton of Anomaly Investigations, and I've been doing so at a less than optimal pace. Let's put it like that. So today I'm going to be bringing you a guide as to how to better tackle Anomaly Investigations, why you might want to tackle Anomaly Investigations. So let's get this party started. Now, it is important to mention this is not about difficulty. This is not about me guiding you on the most efficient way of killing Anomaly monsters because I already made that video. I'm going to put a link in the upper right-hand side of this video to my previous video where I talk about, this is very basic stuff that I talk about there, such things like, make sure that your armor is upgraded all the way. Make sure that your weapon is upgraded all the way. Make sure that your palicos and palamutes are upgraded all the way. That kind of stuff, right? It's kind of like a checklist. And then I also show you like a couple of tips as to how to actually fight them. Things like make sure to hit the red spots to detonate the Qurious that are there because that is going to make the fight much more sustainable. Pay attention when your hunter screams, "Look out!" because big explosion of Qurious is probably going to be coming your way. That type of stuff. All of that is detailed in the previous video that I did. So if you are looking for more efficient ways of doing anomaly quests, that's what you need to go check out. This video is more about how to get your research rank up to snuff, how to level up, your different investigations, how to get investigations and all that jazz. And you guys already heard something called research level. What the hell is that? So if you guys look at my statuses right here on screen right now, you'll notice that it says on anomaly research, I'm level 72. That is not impressive. I believe currently the anomaly research level caps at 80. I believe that this is going to be unlocked with future title updates. Again, I'm not 100% sure because I haven't reached 80. People have been telling me that it caps out at 80 or 81 or something like that. But basically that is what you can expect. And this was multiple hours of me grinding anomaly investigations and having an absolute blast. So your anomaly research level is going to be important because this is going to dictate the level of quests that you have access to. So if we go over here to Chiche and we go to anomaly research quests, anomaly investigations, you'll notice that there is a level to these investigations. Now, naturally, the higher the level, the better the rewards are going to be. The lower the level, the worse the rewards are going to be. It's just that simple. Like if you notice right here on the Anomaly Investigation Rathian, you can see that it says right there, main rewards, Afflicted Scale, and Ember Essence Plus. If you look at Anomaly Investigation Barioth, you will notice that we have Afflicted Fang Plus and Ember Essence Plus. So these are different materials, but let's just say that the higher level materials are usually more important. They're worth more points and so on and so forth, and you really want to get Prime Ember Essence, which this actually comes from A5 monsters like Tigrex over here. And in order to do this, you'll want to level up your anomaly investigation levels all the way up to 51 because that is when the anomaly 5 monsters start showing up in your investigations, and that is when you can start getting Prime Ember Essence, which is what you need if you want to augment your rarity 10 armors, and I'll show you guys how that works a little bit further ahead in the video. But basically, suffice to say, you want to level these suckers up. Now you can see that I have, all the way up to 60, 61, 62, I even have like a 64 in here, but depending on how many anomaly quests you've done, you might not have the levels that I have here. You might not have as many anomaly quests as I have here. Things are going to be different from player to player. So some of you guys might be wondering, Rurikhan, I don't even have any investigations. I don't know if that is possible or not because, like I said, when this launched, I had completed all the investigations and they just filled up my log with investigations from 31, 21, 11, all of that stuff. I just had like 32 different investigations that I could go and do. And some of you guys might be wondering, okay, I don't have any. How do I get these investigations? That's very simple. You go and you do anomaly quests. Any anomaly quest, really. it is going to be generating investigations for you. Now, an important little detail here is that as you go through an anomaly quest, you might notice that there are going to be nodes in that quest that are glowing red, like they have Qurious around them. You will want to gather those nodes because those are going to also increase your research level and potentially give you new investigations to do. You want to have as many investigations as possible because that gives you choice. And choice allows you to basically pick which investigation you want to level up. So how does this work? If you look at my list here, you'll notice that I have a level 22 Rathian. Now, the way I got this particular investigation was just by doing a regular Anomaly 3 Rathian. And I got an investigation for Rathian because that is the point of the system. They want you to basically pick a monster or several monsters if you want to, and then you can repeat those quests over and over, and every time that you do the quest is going to level up by 1 or 2, and depending on how many, investigation things you do during that quest. And investigation things, this works very much like Monster Hunter World Iceborne. In case you guys are not aware of how it works, it basically is about you killing the monster and breaking parts. Every time you break apart, there's a chance of you gaining points towards another investigation being generated. So for instance, if I went ahead and did this Rathian right now, there would be a chance of me getting another Rathian, which could be either level 23 or 24, and potentially another new quest, which would be level 23, 24, maybe even 21. But usually it seems to vary between 2 to 3 levels, at least up until the point that I did. Now, that doesn't mean that this is how you have to do everything because, you can level these up slowly, which is essentially what I did. And I can tell you right now that it is not the most efficient way of doing it. But there are other ways of going about doing things. So an important thing is if you go back on the menu and you see in the quest counter here, you'll notice that there is a research request. The research request says slay an afflicted blood orange Bishaten level 61 or higher. Now, if you're just starting out with your anomaly investigations, that level is probably going to be lower. Now, the situation here is that you're going to have a certain research level in order to be able to hunt something of this level. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because if you have friends and you are playing with friends, let's say for instance, okay, I have research level 72, but my friend only has research level, let's say 31, for instance. If we go to my investigations, my friend is actually not going to be able to do most of these investigations. Because if you cycle through to the right, you'll notice conditions, anomaly research level 41 or higher. So if your friend is level 21 or 31, however much I said it was, you are not going to be able to do this. You're going to be able to do this one, because this one's anomaly research 21 or higher, and both of you gain experience from doing this, but naturally the materials are going to be less. I am not a big fan of the way that they did this, because ultimately, even though the difficulty is higher, it's not like you're getting like special armor or anything like that in order to, become more powerful. Your gear set is going to be your gear set. You might have a couple of skills here and there that you acquire through the augmentation system, but ultimately, I don't like the way that they kind of divided the player base. But anyway, just be aware of the fact that, if you have these higher level quests, as you can see, level 52 requires anomaly research level 41. Can get a little bit confusing, but basically pay attention that the quest level and the anomaly research level are independent, and you always have to check what anomaly research level something requires in case you have a friend that's lower anomaly research level than you. And now the question becomes to you guys, okay, so how do I go about raising my anomaly research level? You want to do the research requests, because if you notice there, it says that you get more research point bonuses and you get request completion rewards. So one of the fastest ways is actually just do these research requests as much as you possibly can, depending of course on the monster that you happen to be fighting, because sometimes you might be like, okay, do this research request, but maybe it'll ask you to fight an annoying monster to you, which, annoying monsters is going to vary from person to person. Annoying monster to me personally is Tobikidachi. Tobikidachi can be a little bit annoying. Another annoying monster is friggin' Basarios. Basarios takes ages to kill, even with a gun lance. He just takes too long to kill because sucker's got armor for days, right? So you'll want to make sure that whatever you happen to be killing is going to be efficient. And now you guys are going to be like, okay, Rurikhan, I get the gist of it. Basically, I get investigations, and as I get investigations, I want to go do these investigations, kill the monsters in the investigations. That levels them up, gives me more materials, gives me more experience, yada, yada, yada. But when I go to do the research requests, like for instance, in your case, it says Blood Orange Bishaten, but you don't have a Blood Orange Bishaten, which, by the way, you'd be able to identify because if the request investigation is in here, there will be like a special purple symbol that shows up, a little book. And we don't have one. We don't have an investigation that I can do to fulfill that. However, there is a way for you to go ahead and do that. So what you do is you see which monster it is, and you go over to here in the quest board, and you can do respond to join requests, and you can go to anomaly research quests. Now in my case, I need a level 61 or Blood Orange Bishaten, right? So I can just go in here and I can be like minimum level 61 because that is what we need. Target Blood Orange Bishaten and search. And you should be able to find one. Like I tested this earlier. I'm not going to do it right now because I don't want to jump into a lot. Wait, did I say 21? I wanted 61. What the hell? So basically, if I just do this, it will match me up with players that are doing, you know, a level 61 or higher Blood Orange Bishaten, and, you know, I'll be able to get my thing done. I tested this earlier with a Rathian. It worked fine. It's just I don't want to jump into a random lobby right now because I'd have to go hunt because I'm not going to join the lobby and then leave because that's rude, right? But anyways, you do this and you'll be able to go for Blood Orange Bishaten. Boom, Bob's your uncle. You guys are like, all right, I get the gist of how this works, how to level it up, how to get these coins. What are these coins for? Okay, so the research coins, once you actually get all of them, you also get research coins by just doing the anomaly investigations. You'll be able to exchange them for several things. One of the things is Amber Essence, which is a required material to upgrade your stuff. How many coins do I even have right now? I have 80 coins just from doing investigations. I haven't actually completed any of the requests because, like I said, I've been very inefficient with the way that I've been leveling it up. You can also get melding pudding and melding accelerant. These are obviously to accelerate your melds. You can get outfit vouchers in case you feel like, oh, I really want to grind more outfits, you know, get some more of that stuff. And you can get mantles. You can get mantles. They are expensive, though. They cost a lot of coins, which means you're going to have to do a lot of requests if you want to be able to get all of these coins. So, you know, that is what the coins are for. So, as you can see, it even says here, here's your research requests. And if you complete the 10 requests, are going to give you 50 coins. And I've been told that after you complete it the first time, you get 100 coins next time. I'm not overly concerned because really there's nothing here that I want to get right now. So I'm not overly concerned about it. But I wish I had known about looking for the monsters that I wanted to hunt previously through the quest board, because that would have saved me a headache and I would probably have completed the completion thing. And also on top of it, you know, just doing these in multiplayer is going to be significantly faster and easier and more efficient than doing them solo. But obviously when I'm streaming, you know, I know that a lot of you guys want to see me struggle, so on and so forth. So that is that. Now, continuing onwards, once you reach, this is something that I was told because I was very inefficient with the way that I leveled it up. But once you reach Anomaly Research level 51, that is when you unlock the Anomaly 5 monsters. Now, that doesn't mean that it's like, oh, so at that point I can just jump into Anomaly 5 quests. Because as you can see, in the Anomaly quest, I still only have tier 4. Now, the Anomaly 5 monsters are monsters that are not in the other Anomaly quests. So to give you guys an idea, for instance, you can see the level of the Anomaly on the top of the quest there, like below the quest text. You can see Slay and Afflicted Barioth, Anomaly 4. If we start going down, Anomaly 3, we have Steve over there with an Anomaly 5. So if you kill Steve, he's going to give you Prime Amber Essence, which is going to be a very important material. And also it's going to be a new monster for you to fight, so you might want to check it out. You can also see that we have Tigrex here, and I have a couple more. We have Zinogre. By the way, in some of these quests, you'll start also getting Apex monsters. So that's a fun time. There's a Rathalos, which is also level 5. You get the Prime Ember Essence, and on top of it, not only they give you Prime Ember Essence, they're also going to start giving you other materials. Like you see right there, Rathalos gives you an Afflicted Dire Scale. In the case of Zinogre, you get an Afflicted Dire Horn. These are materials that, again, are going to come into play when it comes to augmenting your weapon, particularly. I'll show you guys this in just a couple of minutes. I just want to finish this point here. But anyway, as I was saying, so you get yourself to 51, but you didn't get any of these investigations added, and now you're coming on to me like, Rurikhan, what the crap, bro? I got to 51, and I didn't get any of these Anomaly 5 monsters. Dude, I thought you're supposed to be reliable. Yeah, so here's what you got to do. When you get, again, make sure on your status, when you get to Anomaly Research level 51, you're going to come over here to the quest board, and you're going to respond to join request, Anomaly Research. You're going to go to Anomaly Investigations, and now you're going to put minimum level here. I don't even know if you have to put the minimum level here. I think it's just, you probably don't have to. All you got to do is select the target of one of the new monsters that wasn't there. So the level 5 monsters would be, let's see here, Aurora Somnicanth. Is Aurora Somnicanth one? No, I think Aurora Somnicanth's a tier 4. Let me see one that I know for sure. Mizu is an Anomaly 5. Isn't that funny? Mizu's like the easiest Anomaly 5. So you can just pick Mizu here, or you can pick Rathalos, or you can pick Magma Almudron, you can pick Zinogre, you can pick all of these bad boys, and you'll be able to get those new materials. And you'll just join a lobby with, see, it automatically changes you to 51 or higher. You join a lobby with 3 other players, maybe another player, of someone who has an investigation that you don't have, but both of you get rewarded for it, and probably you're going to get another Anomaly 5 investigation after you do that. But even if you don't, you can just go in, join, do it again. So basically, once you get to research level, Anomaly Research level 51, you can come in here and you can start collecting your tier 5 materials. Now guys, like, okay, so what are these materials for, Rurikhan? Very well, let's go. Qurious weapon crafting. If we go over here, I mean, this is basically how you augment your weapons. If you go to any weapon, you select that weapon and you can click enable augmentation. And all I got to do is put in a couple of afflicted materials. Each material is going to be worth a certain amount. Like I told you, the higher level materials like afflicted dire scale, dire bones, these are worth more. That's why you want to do the higher level quests, because the higher the level of the quest is, the more rewards you get, and also the more valuable the rewards are. So, you're going to pick whichever one of these you want to use as a currency to just upgrade the item, right? And then you're going to upgrade the item. Once you upgrade the item, I'm not going to upgrade this because I don't want to waste my materials at this point. But once you upgrade the item, you then get to choose the things that you add to it. So once you upgrade it, you're going to get this menu. Now, you're going to be able to add an anomaly slot, and as you can see, an anomaly slot costs afflicted dragon blood, which, by the way, this was something else that was confusing for a lot of people, myself included. You see afflicted dragon blood, you think elder dragon, right? No, wrong. Afflicted dragon blood comes from crabs and from Tetranodon. Like, legit, just look up. If you get an investigation for like a crab or a Tetranodon, you'll notice that afflicted dragon blood is there. Afflicted shell is a material that was already there. And then for level 2, you're going to need afflicted dire scale. You need to unlock level 1 before you unlock level 2. That's just the way that it goes. And afflicted dire scale is one of those materials that only comes on Anomaly 5 monsters. Right? That is why you need those different materials to add the anomaly slots onto the weapons. Then you also have attack boost. So attack boost, you're going to need afflicted pelt, which is the most basic of materials. Stuff like Great Azuchi. Which one's the sleeping monster? I forget his name now. You guys know which one I'm talking about. The Great Baggy, right? Great Azuchi, Great Baggy, probably Kuliaku. I don't know if Kuliaku is actually one of them. I know the Roggy, Great Roggy is another one. So just go through your hunter's notes and you can find out which ones have those. But these are like basic level. These don't have to come from investigations. These can just come from anomaly quests. Like basic level anomaly quests, you can get afflicted pelts. That unlocks your first tier of attack boost. Then you're going to need afflicted fang plus and regular afflicted fangs. And boom, that unlocks your tier 4 attack boost. And you'll be able to get it. Just keep in mind that in order to get tier 4, you're going to need to unlock at least one of the, what's it called again? Anomaly slots. Because it requires 4 anomaly slots. The number there on the crystals, that's what tells you the number of anomaly slots that it's going to occupy. To give you an idea, I can show you one of the ones that I've already augmented. Torsi the Lavalier coming in with two attack ups. Level 2 of attack up, which gives you plus 10 raw damage. Now, looking here, you'll be able to add attack boost, affinity boost. Affinity boost is 5%, by the way, uses up 3 slots. You can see the preview right there. You can also do elemental boost. It is a tier 1 for like one element, tier 2 and tier 3, like each level of elemental boost. Elemental is the cheapest one, basically, because they don't, they're really allowing people to go ham with when it comes to elemental damage. Or you can get a sharpness boost, which requires 3 and adds additional sharpness. You guys might be like, what? I didn't see a difference. Look closely at the sharpness gauge. You'll see that we get a little bit more purple there with the sharpness boost. So it's really up to you guys how you, min-max this stuff. Just be aware that this is where those materials really come into play. It's on the weapon augmentation system. Different parts of this are going to require different pieces, which you're going to have to pay attention to. And if you go to the quests, you'll see that the actual rewards are listed there as well. And this is one of the systems that I really like because it's super deterministic. It just kind of works perfect. Now, another thing that you're going to be getting is Qurious armor crafting. Now, armor crafting is going to be using different materials. So, for instance, if we go over here to this 5-element mask, which is something that I'm going to be toying around with because I want to try and see if I can upgrade this as much as I can. You go and you enable augmentation. That is going to require, notice there, a blue ember essence. You just get these from just doing all kinds of investigations. You'll be flooded in these. You guys like, how am I going to be flooded? You only have 4. That's because they serve 2 purposes. So first, they enable the augmentation. Then you also have to use a couple of these materials here to unlock everything. I'm just going to go ahead and pop one of this and one of this. Once you enable the augmentation, you can augment it, and as you can see right here, you go through Ember Essence Plus. These cost 20 points, and you need 20 points to level it up, so one of these will give you a random roll, or you can do 2 of these, and you definitely shouldn't do any Prime Ember Essences because they go overboard on this particular item, but different armors are going to use different levels. Now, an important thing about this is that it seems that currently from what the community has been testing out, the lower level armor has more potential for augmentation. So the higher the rarity of the armor is, the harder it's going to be for you to get a good result from augmenting. And on top of it, it is also going to require more material. So like I showed you here on the 5-element mask, which is a rarity 8 item, I can do a roll. I'll do a roll just for you guys real quick. Boom. Plus 28 defense. Great. We'll keep that. And then you can do another roll, and it keeps going random and random and random. If you guys are wondering, like, oh my god, what if I end up ruining my item? For starters, you can craft another one. You can craft multiples of the same item, which is what I've already done with Rhinoplos bracers. If you see, we have 2 sets of Rhinoplos bracers, because I got, on one of them, I got +1 artillery, and on the other one, I have +1 load shells. 2 particularly good rolls, in my opinion. These can be a lot better, though. It's just the nature of the system is it's extremely RNG. I'm not a huge fan of it, but it is what it is. So that is how this goes. You can see that we have very good rolls here, but if we look, for instance, at Sinister Grudge Helmet, you can see that, like, I sacrificed 1 Coalescence to get 1 Guard Up, because to me, 1 Guard Up is more valuable than level 2 Coalescence. I still get level 1 of Coalescence, which is fine for the particular set that I'm running. But, Guard Up is a very important skill for me because I tend to use block quite a bit. On the armor, for instance, I was only able to get like a 1 slot in Power Prolonger. I didn't really roll too much because, to give you guys an idea, in order for me to augment this armor, it's actually going to be 2 of the Prime Essences. I'll do 1 roll for you guys here. It's probably going to be extremely unlucky. It's going to be whatever. Boom. Yeah, Latent Power 1. Fantastic. Yes, sure. Thanks. Appreciate it. We're going to keep the previous results, of course. You can continue to augment if you want to, whatever, but that's how that works. That's how those essences work. Each essence is worth a certain value. You're going to need a certain type of essence in order to unlock. So, like, for instance, I think that the Rarity 9 equipment is going to require Ember Essence Plus. The Rarity 10 equipment is going to require Prime Ember Essence in order for you to even just unlock the thing. And the Rarity 8 equipment requires regular Ember Essence. Okay? So, that is how it goes. And this is, like, completely RNG. Just keep in mind, like I said, the lower the rarity of the items, the better chance you're going to have of get a better upgrade. To give you guys an idea, on the Hoplite Helm here, we were able to get... Wait, earplugs? Okay, that's because this... Oh yeah, I didn't roll too much on this one. This was the one that I wanted to show you. On the Basel Goose Helm, we were able to get Evade Extender and Guard, which is really, really good. But yeah, you know, this is one of those systems. Some people are going to love it, some people are going to hate it. I just wanted to show you that, you know, you're going to need the materials from the Anomaly Investigations in order to be able to do this stuff. Now, another thing that I want to bring up, because I know that a lot of people are going to be like, oh my god, the deeper I go into this, the harder things are getting, Rurikhan. Give me a couple of tips here, man. How am I supposed to deal with this? So I already told you, go watch my previous video where I give you actual combat tips about how to deal with anomalies. A couple of new things that were added this time around. There is a really good skill called Cornerstone. I would recommend potentially getting like level 3 of this skill if you are able to slot it into your gear. It is a tier 1 slot, so there are no excuses. You can get the materials for this by fighting against the Metal Wraths. And this, as you can see right there, 3 points of this is going to nullify weak and strong roars so long as the monster is enraged. Which usually, particularly when it comes to Anomaly Investigations, most roars are going to come when the monster is enraged. While this is active, you're going to nullify weak and strong roars with 3 points. You're going to nullify wind pressure, and you're going to nullify tremors, and you're still going to get defense 10. This is massive. Massive bonus. I'm actually running 5 on this particular set, which also nullifies powerful roars, which is like the thing that goes above strong roars, so like Tigrex and I think Geismagorm or something like that. And on top of it, it also nullifies Dragon Wind, which is, I think, wind buffets from Elder Dragons and stuff like that. I'm not 100% sure, but basically try to get at least 3 of this. This is pretty good defensive skill that is all around going to greatly reduce moments where you're getting screwed by monsters, right? But on top of it, another thing that I would recommend at this point that I hadn't been using up until now I hadn't been using it, but as I started going through, I got used to having Blood Right on my sets, and due to the fact that I'm currently running Sneak Attack, I cannot fit Sneak Attack and Blood Right. You just can't do it because it overlaps. The armor pieces overlap. So I had to choose between Sneak Attack and Blood Right. The reason I use Sneak Attack is because it is one of the very few skills in this game that can influence shelling damage by 20%, which is a lot. 20% shelling damage is a lot. So I'm using Sneak Attack, and basically that meant I had to give a Blood Right, which was something that I was relying on a lot when I was doing investigations, particularly Anomaly Investigations. So I was like, okay, I need to fix that. So I made a new Palico. That new Palico is this version of Y'shtola. You can see right here, it is a healer Palico. The Palicos are now fully customizable so long as you've done the Palico requests, which are the requests of the dude that is here in the... I'll show you guys in a second. But basically, this healer has been customized to like deal a ton of damage and also heal the crap out of me. So he's got 3 healing moves: Herbaceous Healing, Health Horn, and Healing Cloverbat. Now, Healing Cloverbat, you can put that on any Palico. It does not have to be a healer Palico because that's a secret support move. So you can put that on any Palico that you want. But I wanted to have a healer Palico to also get Health Horn and Herbaceous Healing, which is a lot of healing. Now, the other skills that I put on there, Mega Boomerang, Anti-Monster Mine, Flash Bombay, because those are just the skills that I like having on my Palicos. They're extremely, they're extremely aggressive with these moves. So these are very good support moves in my opinion, but, to each their own. If there's another support move that you'd rather have, use that. But I would heavily recommend this if you are struggling particularly, because they use that Health Horn. A lot of the times, it comes in really clutch. The Healing Cloverbat is God tier, so even if you don't use a Healing Palico, consider using the Healing Cloverbat. And Herbaceous Healing, you can take it or leave it, but it is useful here and there. Then we maxed out his skill memory, and the skills that we use here are Status Stack Up, Knockout King, Ranged Centric, Buddy Part Breaker, and Support Centric. The Ranged Centric, you can take it or leave. You can put something else there if you want to. I use Ranged Centric because that way they don't go into melee as often, which means they're alive more often. And they use the Mega Boomerang, which also, if you guys notice, we have equipped a blunt sleep weapon, so it's pretty damn good. So it gives you a chance of getting a sleep, gives you a chance of them staying safer, gives you a chance of getting healed. It is a kind of like a must-have. Whenever I'm playing solo, this is my secondary Palico, because my main Palico is this guy who's all about just like blowing stuff up. I actually need to change that Flash Bombay potentially, because I don't want to have 2 Flash Bombay Palicos. I'm probably going to change the Flash Bombay on the healer to the thing that applies Thunder Blight for stuns. Yeah, that's probably what we're going to end up doing. But for now, this is what I'm running, in case you guys were curious. And yeah, just, you know, another tip in there in case this kind of helps you guys out. But yeah, happy hunting out there. I'm not going to ramble anymore. Already elongated myself more than I initially intended. If you guys have any questions about Anomaly Investigations, leave them in the comments. I'll try to get to them as best as I can. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay strong, stay safe. Peace out.